Hey everyone, Mherex here, bringing you another video. This one is going to be on the Supper Slam Flash Feuds. I'm going to try and cover all of them in this one video. I will put timestamps with links to when each one is, so you guys can watch them before each feud if you feel like it. This is the second time I've tried attempting this with the Flash Feuds and going through them ahead of time, so it is a little bit messy, but this way I can at least get the information out. Super busy week for me. I work retail and it's Black Friday week, so I'm going to be very, very busy and have a hard time doing much of anything other than my 1% feuding. So hopefully I will get this out tomorrow morning, the 25th, my time in the morning, and it will help you guys get ready for Feud. So with that being said, on the right here, thanks to 2Bob29, his perk chart and the cost. Perks haven't changed since the first Feud. They're all this month. They're all still there. They're still the same. There's some good value ones that are relatively inexpensive. The last Feud of the month, I'm not buying any extra perks. I'm gonna sit where I'm at. You can see what I have on the left. The MP perk is maxed, and then the gem generator is rank 2. I'm having to go cheap this month. Resources were kind of short for me, so perks took a big hit. So with that being said, let's get in here, take a look at the line bonuses and that stuff, and see what we see. So first off, Flash Feud 1, Feathers and Beak. Men's division, minimum required is 3. Keep in mind all this is subject to change too. So minimum required is 3, brawl size 2v2, 30-minute timer, and then 1 prop. And the first time unique win is 20,000 points, so not a ton, but it's some. There's 2 lines, the middle and the bottom. So the middle you need Gobbledygooker to fill. Not very many of him running around, so not going to talk too much about that line. Obviously, plus 2 MP is a big bonus. It increases your war score, and then huge chance for purple gems on the initial board. So if someone has Gooker, they may fill that one. I would assume, Zombie Taker would be super good with him, and any of the Eddies are going to be solid. Acro's a little bit slow for Feud for my liking, but Terminator Eddie or Trickster Eddie would be really, really nasty with this line bonus too. So, and then Masters of the Universe Taker or Acro Taker would be really solid. That's about all I'm really going to say on that line. Like I said, it's pretty restrictive. Almost all of us are going to be filling the bottom line, maybe not completely. So that's a really good question, actually, is do you fill this completely or not? And I think that depends on how strong of a roster you can bring to handle problems. You see these 3 open slots, so expect to see the killers, the normal, really, really good feuders. Your Keith, especially with this 50% red move damage boost and 25% multiply gem. This is a heavy multi-perk month too. I don't get them, but that doesn't mean other people don't. So your normal acros, your Harpers, your Ricochets, your Steamboats, all of those guys, new HBK, anyone using multi-gems could potentially be an issue. Volkov, NWO Heart, a bunch of different possible ways people could go. The red move damage is pretty solid, so I would expect to see, as usual, like tons of Hogans, tons of Canes with boss plates. You'll see Sako out there. You're going to see a lot of Earthquakes in this new gen slot. Earthquake is pretty much the very best guy you're going to see in that particular slot. He uses 2 red moves if they want to go with the green move set. I think I may try that this feud. So if you're running Earthquake with gear and stuff, I think I'm probably going to go, since mine is 5-star now, the double red and the blue. 50% boost on the moves will be nice. A lot of damage there. And he's going to kick out quite a bit of damage. So I'll probably run Quake there. I would expect to see a fair amount of him. He'll be pretty nasty like always. Keith Lee is going to be a monster. Kane, especially if you have him with gear 5-star, Kane is going to be really, really strong. Mine isn't 5-star yet, but at 5-star, his red moves get a huge boost. And if you have a 9K Batista, very, very good. So Kane will be pretty dirty this feud. So I'd watch out for Canes, especially if they're running double armor and Batista and Honky Tonk Man, you're not going to be kicking out. So Kane is a problem guy. You'll see this feud if he's 5-star in particular. Like I said, Zombie Kane with Boss Plate, Stone Cold Steve Austin, like always. Those are going to be your some of your big problem turn one guys. Some of the acros, Ted with Boss Plate, that kind of stuff. That's pretty standard for what you're gonna see. Zombie Triple H, this you're gonna see a lot of him now. He should be out in the wild. A lot of people have him fairly leveled, so be aware of what he can do. Of course, Macho is gonna be crazy for people that have him. Powerhouse Macho. Zombie Black's got some red moves, so great line for him. Just in general, it's wide open. Zombie Brian, if someone leveled him up, like I said, I would Hall, if you have Hall of Fame Hall, definitely crazy. So have your counters ready, whether it's a Z Austin, whether you're coaching with Triple H, have your multiply gem coaches on for reduction. So like Earthquake, Powerhouse, I'm running Killian Dane. Which is 70%, I believe, reduction. Yep. Tech Becky will do it for Tricksters. Showboat is Powerhouse Kurt, just to name a few of them. There's one for all the classes. Strikers Carmella. So keep those in mind. Have those ready to go. I would expect to see, like I said, you'll see some Andrade too for sure. What I'm probably gonna run, and I'm waffling back and forth on this, but I think mine will probably look something like this, and maybe something like this. I may take Austin out and run Zombie Triple H because he's lower, but honestly, I feel pretty solid about what this line can handle. I could put sub Sacco in, which I might do for Zombie Kane and run some Sacco. Actually, I probably will because I like putting Zombie Triple H on Sacco quite a bit. And then fighting like the Austins and stuff that have double purple. So I'll probably do something like that. Use Zombie Triple H if you got him for coaching. But this is going to be a really wide open line. So if you can't combat those problem guys, like usual, you're going to want to go in with the minimum of 3. So I would definitely consider going in with 3 if you can't handle the problem guys, and kind of play that by ear. Don't be afraid to lower it if you need to, because you don't want to get hammered all feud long. I would start low and go high if you need to. The line bonus is solid, but it's not a be all end all. And with the 20k unique points for wins, speed is your friend. You get in, you get out, you win a bunch of matches. That's the way to do it. So I think that pretty much covers the first feud. I'm sure I missed some guys talking about problem guys. I always do. So don't think if I didn't talk about a guy, he's not potentially a problem. But really, those turn 1 guys that can just do a ton of damage to you, you want to watch out for them. Master Universe Triple H can dish out a ton of damage fast. So, but yeah, the line bonus mostly red move guys and some multiply guys. So in a lot of cases, I'm really not even using the red damage, just Earthquake and Kane. No one else, if I go this Kane, like I said, it's a really great line bonus for him. So I want to try it out, honestly. So I'll probably go that, and I'll probably have Sacco here, to be perfectly honest. And this is most likely what mine is going to look like, just because Sacco is my favorite. I love finding any excuse to use him. So I'm pretty sure that's what I'll run. And like I said, this spot will probably switch between Kane and Zombie Austin, depending what I feel like. Maybe Zombie Triple H, any of the bonus guys. There are bonuses. There's some good ones if you have them. So make sure and look into that. Because those bonus ones, there's some you can get 5 wins at 25,000 points apiece. So if you can get them fast, definitely worth it. Otherwise, I think that's about it for the first feud for covering that. So we'll move into the second one now, and I'll put a timestamp for the second one if you want to come back and watch that before that. So I tried to make it somewhat readable for you guys. Luckily, this bottom line we have here is pretty wide open, so I can kind of play around still with the setup. It'll just look a little bit different. If you have DX Army HBK, really nice top line, +2 starting MP, 50% bonus to multiply gem. It's him and any acrobat. So, if someone's got him and you're running, your Ricochets, your Andrades, any of the multiply gem acros. Ray, I didn't talk about Ray in the first video. Ray is one of those multiply gem guys that's a problem. They're all going to be really good in there. Masters of the Universe Triple H. So watch for those guys if someone has them in the top row. This middle row is actually pretty interesting to me. If you have... here, let's go. I'm going to pretend like the bottom row is the middle row here. So HBK, let's say you had... Here, we'll do it this way. Striker HBK. Then this becomes a kind of a really interesting row because you can run him this way, which is quite strong, and the yellows are going to be turn 1 because of the bonus. If you fill the line, you're going to need a Hall of Famer too. So, you could run him here, which would be a really good line for him, and then you could pop in either Hall of Fame Booker, or if you had Hall of Fame Sting, could take advantage of the yellows, but Booker, pretty solid in there. Plus, there's the 25% power gem strength, and then keep in mind the MP up perk that most everyone tends to get also adds 100% more power gem attack damage. So Booker T's power gems are going to be extremely beefy with this line bonus. And for your other striker, if you have someone like you could use obviously anyone, but if you were talking line bonuses, if you had Tyler Breeze and you went with his yellow move sets, again, those, it does take 9, I guess, so maybe that's not viable. So 2, so 4, 2 for 6, 8. Now you'd still be able to get that turn 1. You can get that turn 1 if they don't have MP down, and you could run him double yellow, and you make 10 immobile gems into black gems. So you're choosing 10 black gems. Excuse me, sorry. He won't recycle, but he'll hit really hard, and he has a sub that he can toss out after that too, to buy you some time. So possible really solid line for Breeze. It won't hurt Striker Sting, obviously, to have some extra yellow in there for sure. Yeah, he doesn't really need it, but it certainly won't hurt. You could get away with a dual MP coach at that point, like a Beth Phoenix. So potentially benefits them. Mr. T has a power gem build, but the power gems are more about recycling, so not necessarily. I'm trying to think. It's probably a great Vince. I believe he usually uses Bray, so it might make Akam viable. Nope, 10 MP. So nope, still won't help Vince. I think that's probably the big ones. It's decent for NWO Ted, just to start with the extra yellow. He doesn't need it, but it doesn't hurt. So those are probably the big ones for that line, that take advantage of those bonuses. So that's a possibility because, again, this Feud 2 brawl size minimum requirements 3. Unique wins on this one are 30,000, so that's a really big one. A lot of people probably will run the bottom row. I think that's what I'll run, honestly. 2 Triple H's. So most likely what I'm going to do is run Zombie Triple H, Masters of the Universe Triple H, and neither of them are leveled super high for me. But they're high enough that they're fairly effective and can hit above their weight. Attitude Era, I'll probably run Sacco. As you guys notice, a theme for me. I love Mick Foley's my all-time favorite, so I'll look for any reason to use him. And then my open, I'll probably take my 4-star silver Zombie Kane. So that's probably what I'll run. But this bottom row, obviously expect to see a lot of Zombie Triple H, Master of the Universe Triple H. Those are the good ones, the good Triple H's. So those are the two to be ready for. A lot of people will run that. Of course, the open slot, like always, expect your usual suspects, your Hogans, your Austins, your Zombie Kanes with boss plates, Ted with boss plate. That kind of stuff. Attitude Era, a lot of those guys can end up in because it's any Attitude Era and there's lots of them. So the usual suspects will apply there too. Trying to think, it's +2 all gem generation, so Zombie Triple H is going to be making a lot of blacks. The rest of the Master of the Universe Triple H probably doesn't need it at all. It won't hurt him certainly, but he doesn't need it. Anyone with choose moves, that's really big for. It obviously doesn't help Sacco, doesn't help a guy like Earthquake, or even like Zombie Kane with those area moves. But there's plenty of choose move guys that are really solid that can fit into those and have an extra 2 for their gem generation. It does also apply to special gems when they're being generated as well. So potentially really nice for that. Probably see a lot of NWO Nash and Hall as well, because they can throw out a lot of randoms. Farouk, that kind of stuff. I would expect to see a lot of those type of guys. APA Farouk, let me clarify that. So you probably see a lot of those, and that's pretty good for the generation. Probably, unless someone has the top row, I don't know how much accurate or how much multiply gem guys will see this one, because there's not particularly big boosts, but still, if people have invested in those perks, they're going to take them, and there is an open acrobat slot, so don't just discount those. So again, have your multi-gem trainers and coaches not trainers, ready to go. For this one in particular, you might look into having the power gem coaches too. If you're seeing a lot of Booker T, just have them at hand ready to go. Striker, power gem, let me see who that is because I don't remember right off. Sacco does all 3, multiply, protect, and power at 35%. There's others though. Multiply. Acrobats, Lita reduces power gems. I think actually the guy I have equipped does power gems too, now that I think about it. Sorry guys, I should really have this written down. Showboat, multiply, protect, and power gems. Master the Universe Warrior does the 3 like Sacco. Multiply. Done for powerhouses, reduces power gems by 50%, so that's pretty nice. Showboat Becky for tricksters, reduces the strength of opponents' power gems, so you got those. And does HBK? Yeah, HBK does too, for technicians if you have DX HBK. So those are some of the power gem down guys. So have those handy. Yeah, I would say that probably covers this one mostly. Top row is going to be pretty filthy if someone can actually fill it. This middle one could be kind of sneaky with the other perks in play. Booker T is going to be pretty dirty. And like I said, the other build for Sean is ready turn 1. So he could be pretty sneaky. Otherwise, this bottom one, like with any attitude in the open slot, it opens up all kinds of possibilities. So you'll see the normal, usual suspects again, like most feuds, it seems like. So let's go into Feud 3 now. And again, I will timestamp this as well. So we'll get into Feud 3 here. This is Flash Feud 3. It's women. Only 2 are required. Brawl size 2v2, 20-minute timer, and then unique wins are 30,000, which is actually really big. 30,000 is a lot. So this one, I'm going to back out of here again. That's not going to do me any good, so we're just going to go to my roster and we'll filter it by women. Okay. So this is starting to get a little bit later in the week, so people may have some Trishes at that point. If you do, it's very good Trish and any Trickster for nerfing of the Carmelas that you're gonna see. So that will be worth probably filling and running 2 and having them low and just getting a lot of fast wins. I could see that being really, really annoying for a lot of people to go against. So if you end up getting Trish in time, enjoy this feud. It'll probably be fun for you and not fun for anyone else. Again, this is one where unless you have a lot of really good women, really, really geared up, belted up, I would look at running pretty close to the minimum of 2. Top line bonus is obviously going to be great for any Trickster you want to slot in, whether it's Mela, Nikki, Steph. It's really not going to matter. Lana, it's a great line for him because of the reductions. So that'll be really, really solid. So middle lane, it's a big silence gem damage boost. So that's really good for Zombie Paige and really good for Tech Becky. Right out the gate, those are the first 2 that come to mind that are going to benefit hugely from that one. Also, the all-color moves that destroy gems. Don't forget Zombie Asuka with her 2 MP, destroy 3 random gems at the low level I have it. So she's destroying 5 gems for only 2 MP. And with power gem buff going out, them adding 100% more damage from your MP perks, that build set for Zombie Asuka gonna be pretty not too fun to deal with if someone has her leveled super high. Even at 7k, with that power gem move leveled up, they're doing 6k, 6.5k, so double that to 13k. In a 1x4 area when you're able to break gems all the time, like almost every move. So she's going to be really difficult to deal with, and not very fun. Zombie Paige is going to have the silence gem boost for her recycling. Protect gem. If you have Sasha Banks, you're going to hit your finisher and no one's kicking out. So congrats to you. So this is going to be a super not fun to deal with full line. Now, Paige, the protect gems could help her out a little bit. She's certainly not Sasha, but she's also not a slouch. And with her gear and feud bonuses and stuff, she could be potential problems, and a lot of people might have her leveled up pretty good. So I would expect her to cause issues. Tech Becky with gear and that silence gem bonus is going to be really nice. She'll hit very hard. So I would watch out for her. Who else? No powerhouses this time, so you don't need to worry about China, Beth, any of that stuff. Bree. I don't think silence gems or that line bonus. Actually, the destroy will help Rhea Ripley. The destroy also helps Tech Becky, so that destroy doesn't hurt either of them. It's not particularly great for Trish. Her sub does leave power gem, so it's still useful. Rhonda has a destroy, so that's going to be decent for Rhonda's. If you have Rhonda leveled up, her yellows destroy, so actually pretty solid for Rhonda. Might open some trainer flexibility there. Let's see. That's probably the big stuff. No Bailey because there's no acros, so you won't be seeing any Bailey this one. That's kind of sad. I finally got mine 5-star and I can't use her. I think that's pretty much it. think Charlotte has a destroy move at Showboat too. Yeah, destroy 3 random multiply gems. That's going to go to 5. Although her sub won't make 5, but you can choose a 2x3 area, so that'll help Charlotte too. So I think that's pretty much about it. The destroy helps Nikki as well for her perfect build. The blue gems, although that's the trainer usually you're using anyway, so it's not necessarily a big deal, but it will help Nikki. So I think that really will cover this feud. Again, I would recommend going in with the minimum unless you have some really hefty ones. I don't think I will have Trish by this point, but I really hope I will, because that'll make this feud a heck of a lot easier. And I still will probably only run with 2 if I do that, just because I'll just put like Mela in there or something and sub everyone to death, because, it's going to nerf their starting MP. So, yeah, actually, I'll probably use Lana just because it'll be more annoying for people, but whatever. So I think that covers this one. So that'll bring us to Flash Feud 4, which it's back-to-back ladies feuds. So the 4th one is the China feud. Again, minimum required is 2. Unique win this time is only 20,000, so it's 10,000 less than the last one. So not nearly as good. No middle lane. That one's empty. If you have both Chinas, that's a really good line bonus. That's going to be great for Bree too if you have your Bree leveled up, since she's a cast copy. When she hits her blast gems, good night. That's going to be really, really hard. So that's, China and Bree are pretty much it. I can't see it really helping. Well, it could be okay for Naya. Not probably amazing, but okay for Naya. So that's pretty much the top line. So most of us are going to be down here on this bottom line. Again, 2 is the minimum. So for 1 submission turn and 100% silence gem damage, well, yes, that's nice for someone like Becky. Not worth it to fill this. I don't really feel like getting my face pounded in by really, really leveled Chinas and huge teams. So I plan on running the minimum of 2. I would imagine you're going to see tons of Baileys. I want to bring Bailey in my open slot, so I would imagine you'll see lots of Baileys and lots of Carmelas. One thing I will say, they sold that Escape Artist plate for tokens, prize wall tokens last month. I snagged one of those specifically for Bailey, and in using it, it makes a big difference. So if you have one of those and you have a really high leveled woman, this would be a good time to get that skill plate on. It works really well against the Carmelas. Also, Road Dog is now in the game. So Road Dog reduces purple sub damage. So I plan on setting someone up specifically to combat Mela with Road Dog and with Natalia. When I tested it last time, it's been a while since I tested it, but they did stack. So keep that in mind too. Where the heck did I go right by her? So you can stack them up, and there she is. That's 100% reduction, so in sub damage. So that makes a huge difference. So most likely, since I don't have Sasha, that's what I'll be running on Bailey. Those 2 for the coaches. So, and then just take her against Mela all the time. Between that and the sub break plate, it should be pretty solid. So you don't have to pick Bailey for that. You could even put it on Mela so that you can take Mela against Mela and not take much damage from her subs. You would have to give up Nikki if you had her in the coach slot. If you didn't, it wouldn't be a big deal. So keep that in mind for this feud. With 2 technicians, I'll sort this by class. There's not a lot of lady techs. Even for, we won't call, almost no one has Hall of Fame, so we don't really need to talk about them. And I don't know that she's a tech either. She's not a tech, is she? She is a tech, okay. So really there's 3. Rhea Ripley, Becky, and Asuka. And Becky is pretty rare, and Rhea Ripley's kind of rare. So having to fill 2 techs, it's going to be really hard to fill this line bonus. So again, probably don't want to anyway. So pick your best tech that you have if it's a tech. Otherwise, the other slot is modern era 4-star, which a lot of the ladies are modern. So that could get your open one. Actually, let's see, era. Who else can that get in that couldn't be 4? So Asuka, Ronda, you could see them in that slot too, along with an open one. So any modern era should be fun. Most likely, like I said, I'll either go like Mela and Bailey. Actually, I really like playing Zombie Asuka, so I'll probably just go Asuka and Bailey. Honestly, in this bottom slot, and just run it that way. I think there is 5 bonus matches for China though, so I'll use her for 5 and then switch that out. So I think that's about it. I'd expect, like I said, Bailey to be a problem, Mela to be a problem, so have that road dog going on. Lana's always a problem. Tech Becky is really nasty if she's got gear. I wish mine was higher leveled. She's getting there. Next month is 4SS, 4-star silver. That's going to be a lot of fun. Month after that, 4-star gold. So Zombie Page in the open slot, like always, going to be a problem. Yeah, I think that does it for this one. So that'll move us to the final Flash feud, which I would expect this top row to completely change. There's a question mark there on the blog, so I would assume that means we're getting a new superstar. I have no idea if he's strictly a pull or she is well, it's a he because this is men's. So if he or she is a pull or if you can earn him or what, no idea at this point. And I would expect this top boost to change. I doubt it's 300% gem damage and plus 99 to all starting MP. So that'll change, I'm sure. So don't think that's accurate because I'm sure it won't be. Minimum required is 4 and 35,000 for unique wins. So this one, the unique wins are going to be huge. You want to bring guys that can win and win with them every time and win quickly. For this feud. This is going to be the one that you can score the most points on simply because of the unique wins if you do it right. So the middle row is going to be any NWO, any Hall of Fame, any NWO. 75% chance for red gems on the initial board and 2 black starting MP. So it's going to be really good for Big Kev with all those reds on the board. Extra 2 black to start with. It's going to be pretty nice for Big Kev. Big Sexy, it should be nice for too with the extra reds on the board, just for damage wise, but not amazing. That's not what I want to do. It definitely won't hurt Scott Hall, so it'll be pretty solid for Hall. The reds won't help him. Now, Zombie Triple H can't be used there, so ignore I even said that. Won't really help Sting at all. So mostly this is, I think, a Hall and Nash kind of, for the most part, line. Not so much for Hall, although the 2 black does help. And the Hall of Fame, I'm not 100% sure who that's great for. I don't have very many, so admittedly not very good on that. I wouldn't expect to see this filled a ton with 4, although the bottom line bonus is not, I mean, it's great if you have a botch guy. So, but I don't know who all you're going to use for botch damage. Mark Henry, I believe. So let's sort this by era. I think most of the botch guys, a lot of them are ruthless aggression, attitude, and that stuff. Like Hitman, Bret the Hitman Hart, Tech Bret. is a big botch guy. Lex Luger is a big botch guy. So let's find those. I think Luger's new gen though, isn't he? Well, let's start with Legend Era, since we're here. I don't believe really any. Okay, cats, calm down. If you can hear the cats, they're, of course, tearing up a paper bag right now while I'm filming this. Recording, not filming. I don't believe any of these guys are botch guys in Legend. So... modern. This is the one thing I should have looked at more for sure before I did this. Can't really think of too many right off that's gonna matter. Sadly, Luger is new gen, and he won't be able to be used on this botch gem one. Honestly, I think Mark Henry and Big Show can't be used because he's PG. So strike that. Okay, Ruthless Aggression. Is going to be Cena. But, you know, I don't have mine leveled. He makes them, so he doesn't do damage off of them, so... Not even Cena. I think it's just Mark Henry. For that are going to do much with that line bonus. So I wouldn't even worry about the line bonus at this point. Okay, game. Just load. Take time loading. Anyway, I wouldn't worry about this line bonus too much. If you have a leveled up Mark Henry with Santa gear, okay, he's going to be great. Hitman, obviously. He's Attitude. Yes, nope, he's new gen too. Never mind. Arn Anderson is Legend, so I guess, though I don't think anyone has him leveled up really, so I think that really just leaves mostly Mark Henry for that slot. If I'm wrong, I'm sure someone will point that out for me. I have no doubt about that. Why can I not find him? Just go Powerhouse. Too many guys. There he is. Yeah, he's Ruthless Aggression. So you can use Mark Henry. And nope, he doesn't do damage based on him either. That's really weird. It's a really weird line bonus, really. So basically use your best four guys. I wouldn't worry about line bonuses too much. Unless you are like all in on your Kevin Nash. Like 2Bob might use this middle line because his Kevin Nash is amazing. So I would just pick your four best guys, but it's very open. So again, Attitude Era. I'm gonna run Sacco, like always, predictable. Ruthless Aggression. I don't even know who I want to use. There's Edge. You'll see a lot of edges. Turn 1 sub and all that good stuff. So I'd expect to see a crap load of Hogans. I don't have him, so he'll be good. Mr. T, solid. You're going to see a lot of Zombie Austin, like usual. Modern Era, Zombie Kane. So it's pretty wide open with any era without restrictions. It's just there's no line bonuses for it really to speak of. So you won't have to worry about an extra line bonus. So again, as in all these other ones, usual suspects apply. And if someone fills the middle one, watch out for like NWO. Nash is who I would be really concerned about. Hall of Fame, probably someone like Slaughter Hall of Fame can take advantage of the blacks. Again, not really well versed in my Hall of Fame, so other than Booker T and Hall of Fame Sting, doesn't hurt Booker T at all for sure, so it's okay for him. But this last one, really pick your four best guys that you can go quickly with, and then get it done. If you go in too big, lower it, because there's going to be some monster rosters. This is obviously going to be super wide open with Legend, Modern, and Attitude all wide open. So pretty much the same thing I always say. Usually it's easier to start small and go bigger, but with the 35,000 points for a win, you're just way better off to win fast. And when you get a huge roster, you end up in there against guys with massive rosters that get all of the perks, and you can't really compete. So I may end up redoing this last one if I have time, which I probably won't, mainly because I feel like the line bonus on top is going to change, and it might change the lower ones. So take that with a grain of salt when you watch this, and double check in that top line bonus in the game when you're checking this one out. Other than that, guys, I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving weekend, holiday, if you're in the States. For those of you that aren't in the States, for my European friends, I'm sorry that you have to deal with the midweek Flash Feud timings, which is in the middle of the night for you. But I hope everyone has a wonderful holiday week for those celebrating. For those not, I hope you have a wonderful week doing what you're doing. And I hope everyone has a good feud and enjoys it. So thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. This type of Flash Feud prep is very hard for me to do. Going through 5 feuds and not being able to go into the roster for it and stuff is very difficult for me. So let me know what you think. If you prefer it this way, that's the only way I can really cover all of them. I just don't have the time in between feuds to make it happen, especially this week. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. And I really appreciate you guys watching the videos. So thank you very much. Good luck, guys.